What up, guys? My name's T. Antonio. I am a startup and entrepreneur. I'm a startup owner and an entrepreneur. I watch a lot of these Gary Vee vlogs and just like a lot of the other startup guys. And I just thought I just want to make a video where I just go through one of Gary Vee's videos and talk about talk about my thoughts. I find myself watching them all the time, and it's like I have these thoughts constantly. Sometimes I agree with them, sometimes I disagree with them, sometimes I have notes. I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to make this video. It's a video I would want to watch on YouTube, so I figured I would make it. So Gary just put out a vlog today. He does these daily vlogs. Debatable whether or not it has, how much value it has right now, but I see what you're doing, Gary, and it's cool. So let's get into it. Let's just kind of see where this thing goes. Yeah. Alright, this one's about Zuckerberg acquiring TBH, and I don't know what else. I only watched like the first 5 minutes already, and then I was just like, oh, I should probably record this. So yeah, let's make this. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. So the intro, I really think that they should just drop the intro entirely, get straight to whatever this next shot.
Good morning, guys. What up, vlog?
What up, vlog? That should have been the beginning of the video, just smack dab right in the face. The intro to me is just like, here real quick before we get to the video, let me waste a few seconds. It just doesn't seem like valuable. It's about their brand, it's about them, it's not adding value for me as a viewer at all. It's kind of, I think, gone out of favor on YouTube. Yes, there's still a few big YouTubers that do it, but theirs are like real quick and really simple now. Like, not overly complicated, not all these cuts going to different things. I just wish they would do away with it, or just make it so simple and clean and so short that it's just a nice aesthetic that adds something for the viewer. But this intro makes it all about Gary Vee and his brand.
Jets game, devastating, emotions running high, never wanted to care this year, don't know how I got suckered in. Classic Jets. In a year that I was thrilled to go 0-16 and be passive, they suckered me in to break my fucking heart.
Good video editing. I know he's got an editor, he pays the editor. I would consider doing a cost breakdown of where they're at right now versus like how much a vlog cost and how much they're actually making from each vlog. If you guys would find that interesting, let me know in the comments. You know, if that's something you guys want me to do, I can do that. I can break all that information down. It'll just take some time. If you want the actual answers there, let me know and I'll do it.
Yesterday, so little energy this Monday morning, bunch of business reviews, going out to Long Island, doing a talk, coming back, doing a wine dinner with a bunch of people. I think we should film a lot of that. Did we get the approval on that? That's gonna be really rad. I'm sure you're about to watch that. But the 90-day business reviews with all the offices and divisions at Vayner, so really heads down, grinding work. We'll show you some B-roll on that. Working on a lot of the sneaker stuff. The Garyvee 001 and 002s are coming. I'm super excited about that. Let's go. What's up, guys?
Pretty good. I like that he's doing kind of like a quick little BTS, like what are all the actions going on right now. When I'm looking for videos, I like that sort of like behind the scenes stuff.
Happy Monday, hope everybody's
this whole
super
like
well.
vlogging me doing social media, I mean,
a new sign on the wine library.
I get it, it's just
big
weird.
Ass sign on the building.
I'm not saying don't do it, it's just it's weird to watch as a
and so I'm looking for sign purveyors. If you are a company that sells signage that goes on buildings, I'd like to hear from you.
I love that he's
VaynerMedia
giving business to his viewers though. How cool is that?
I would like to give you some business. Looking for the best service and the best deals. Keeping it simple. Let's do this.
Good cuts on the music, by the way.
Sign buddies. The number one skill to have in communication is the ability to listen. Once you deploy empathy and listening skills, you know what to say. This is the biggest miss by 99.9% of the market.
All right, this statement that he just made right here was the reason why I made this video. Actually, this is why I was like, all right, put the video down. Go record yourself. So I completely agree with him. People do not listen. I catch myself constantly not listening when I need to listen. And in fact, I'm going through a personal thing with a friend today where I was like, oh shoot, if I had just listened more, I would have known what to say. And so that was a miss for me today. The other thing that he said was like, it's a miss for like 99.9% of people. And this like style of making up a statistic to make a point, like it's obviously a fictional number, and I feel like when you're making a point, you're saying that's a mistake that 99.9% of people make. It sounds like a made-up statistic, but also that's like the downside to it, is like it sounds made up. It sounds like you're just faking your point. But I like it more so than I dislike it because it is a really good way to emphasize how important, like it's on a scale of 1 to 10 basically, or 1 to 100 if you're talking about percentages. It gives someone a good idea of a range of how important you think your point actually is, and that's what I like about it. So he's saying this point's like super important, it's 99%, 99.9%. I like that, even though it's kind of packaged in this made up statistic format. It is what it is, and I will continue to do that. Alright, I haven't seen anything else for this vlog, I don't think. Solid time lapse, panning in, panning out, keeps the time lapses super interesting, I like it. This is what happens when you have an editor. This almost looks like stock footage. It's like that good, I like the blown out background and stuff. Pretty solid.
2 hardcore reviews. I'm sure Iris did some cool time lapse and some rad music. Now headed to Long Island for an event. Gonna catch up on phone calls. Bunch of stuff going on there. Good day so far. Solid amount of work done in the first couple hours of the day.
I mean, this is what it looks like when you're in your routine, because they hadn't actually produced the time lapses yet. They had just recorded them, so they didn't know how it was going to turn out. They don't know what music they're going to use. But he's talking about the time lapses that don't really exist yet in the next shots because he knows that they're going to. That's what happens when you're recording every single day.
Hey Gary, that hot one's interview.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. This is spicy as fuck, but I'm too mentally strong to waver.
If I ever get invited on that show, I don't think I want to do it. I'm just glad I'm glad it's not an opportunity for me, because that seems like hard. I don't want to eat all that hot stuff. Good on you for doing it. I'm talking to you, Gary Vee. If you're watching, you're not watching this.
All right, we're getting here. Let's get in here. See what's going on here. Let's go. Way back when I did a talk for Damon John, one of his buddies asked me to do a talk to at his conference. I said yes. So we're gonna go give a talk at his conference now. We'll see what this is all about. Looking forward to it.
This is something that Gary does that I envy, I look up to. He does a lot of public speaking, a lot of it. I would like to do more public speaking, actually, and I hope that that's in my future. But watching him do this stuff, I actually do find that pretty inspiring. And let's just keep watching.
My name is Bryce.
Bryce.
You kind of touched on this a little bit already, but what do you believe holds people back from just taking action?
Other people's opinions.
And how do you overcome that?
By telling your mom to go fuck themselves.
All right, I've actually heard him say this before, so this is like I'm sure it's a question he gets a lot. He is personally, he is so super right for me. I would say I was crippled. That's how strong I was. I was actually crippled by other people's opinions for many years, up until maybe I think 26, 27. That's how I was a late bloomer in terms of, like, you know, putting my middle finger up to the world and being like, this is what I am, you know, like, this is like deal, and truly doing that. And then entrepreneurship forced me to maintain that. So I would say I'm the worst candidate for I am the person he is talking about when he says the reason why you don't do stuff is because of other people's opinions of you. And it's like a daily struggle. That is like something that doesn't go away just because you've identified it as a problem. And what happens is after you've identified it and you've started to do some things that really are like genuine and, you know, risky, you're putting stuff out there. I'm putting content out today. People might like it, some people will like it, some people won't like it, some people won't watch it. Like I have to not care about any of that stuff. But what happens is, once you start to practice that, if you're like me and you were crippled and you're like super trained to always care about that stuff, it's not like it just poof goes away. It comes back in waves, and you have to like catch yourself. I will catch myself caring what other people think when I shouldn't, constantly. And so it's getting in the habit of identifying that as quickly as possible and remedying it as quickly as possible. And the more you do it, the quicker you get at it. And then suddenly it's always going to be there, but suddenly it's not really noticeable anymore. And so I'm still on that path. I'm working on it, and I think I'm getting better at it. It's been years that I've been doing it. I know I'm getting better at it. I've been doing it for many years. Not many years, maybe like 3 years. And where I am now in terms of how I act, how I talk to my friends, how I make new friendships, or how I do business, how I negotiate in business, it's all different now. So and it's much more assertive. It's much more take it or leave it type of mentality. That was an important point.
Bryce, I'm so hot on this, man. I am so sad that the reason you get a reaction like that is a mix between, it's funny to use the word mom and fuck in the same sentence, right? But it's way more true. If you listen to the tone of the laughs in there and saw what I just saw, the truth in what I just said is so powerful. I am so sorry. First, I am driven by gratitude. I'm grateful that my parents were so awesome. They never made me feel inferior, right? And so many of you, whether through a sibling or a parent,
how many people are going to go up in front of a bunch of strangers and talk about their childhood and their family and stuff? You know what I mean?
Tried to impose their negativity on you, and misery loves company.
Dude, this guy, he just doesn't mince words. That's something I've also gotten better at. He doesn't waste any time getting real about stuff with anyone. These are perfect strangers in the room. Take that note. When I have conversations with people now, the conversations get much more intense more quickly. In fact, I'll tell you something. This past weekend, I cried with a friend. And it wasn't like an old friend that I've had for a long time. It was a pretty much a brand new friend. Sat down, got into a real conversation, tears start falling. Crazy, dude. I would not be as open, as emotionally open to that sort of thing, and the conversation wouldn't have been as powerful if I was my previous self, that closed up person who really cared so much about what people think. I admire how effective he is in opening up in an instant.
Company, and its greatest execution is parents on kids. It's something we never talk about. It's not talked about enough. And so, if my legacy, when I die, when I take my last breath, if you asked me what I really think I'm gonna think, I think I'm gonna think that I was the human being that came along and brought the most awareness to this conversation. It is my absolute passion, because I've seen what my grandma did to my dad, and I know what my mom did to me. And it's a big fucking difference, bro. It's called happiness. So, why do I think a lot of you don't do shit? Because you value other people's opinions of you. Why do I think you have that? Because you weren't given self-esteem as a kid, and you were gone the other way. And if there's anything, one of the biggest reasons I act like a big shot is because I want kids to become fans of me, so that I can then become the shield for them to have confidence to do good things, not bad things. Because if I'm cool, then they're not talking about Ferraris and fucking gold watches. They're talking about hard work, humility, empathy, and kindness.
All right, I'm gonna end it there. That's a great point. That's actually a lot aligned with why I got into entrepreneurship in the first place. Same kind of role model mentality. My first venture is in an industry with a lot of young male people that are very entrepreneurial, and I think I've been a good positive influence on them, and I hope that I have. Also, thinking about your lifetime and I think about my lifetime frequently and like how small it is in the grand scheme of things. being able to talk to people about that and being able to really see, you know, how am I going to reflect on my life right now, super important. Do that. That's the note I'm going to leave you guys with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel in terms of like long-term content, but if you guys like it, I'll make more of these. This vlog is 23 minutes. I'm not going to do the whole thing. But I hope I gave you guys some value and some thoughts. Yeah, that's really it. Okay, bye.